everybody. Welcome to your Monday Morning Market Minutes. I am Noel Fielding, your super secret agent, armed with my license to sell. And this is my good friend and business partner, Adam, the singing realtor, Kit.
Ta-da! What's up, everybody? Hey, listen, we decided this week we're going to share just a little bit about ourselves. And as Noel has mentioned that I am the singing realtor, I do in fact sing. Not necessarily all the time while selling real estate, but I could, I guess.
That would be interesting.
Right, no. But hey, I sing in a quartet called the Frontline Quartet. We recently just went up to Sacramento, and we're in a big competition. We were 7th overall over like 25 different quartets. And then locally, I also sing in an amazing chorus called the San Joaquin Chorale. And we have a big performance coming up this weekend on the 25th of March here, and really super excited about it. Just Google San Joaquin Chorale in Fresno and find out all the information. We hope to see you there.
Sweet, go check them out. Now about myself, if you've been following us for a little bit or getting my newsletter, which will now be our newsletter, and we've cranked that up, I always finish that up with a diabetic-friendly recipe. I am diabetic, have been now for a few years, and I'm always looking for neat new recipes and ways to be conscious to my dietary restrictions, but have a lot of flavor. So it's fun. Watch for the newsletter. We'll be actually working on that here in the next week or so. So watch that. That'll come out to you in your emails.
You had me at flavor.
Flavor.
I love it.
Flavor
love it.
booster.
All right, so hey, now for your Monday morning market minute. This just in.
Right.
Since last week, we gave you an update on our overall market. But listen, it's kind of cool. The market is totally heating up right now. Like we told you last week that now is the time to sell your house. People are listening. We have had, let's see here, we've had 264 new homes come on the market in the Fresno County MLS. And that's just since 3/13 till now. So in 1 week, we've had 264 new houses come on the market. And we had 150 something. I'm trying to read this thing. We've a couple of hundred homes that have sold, also closed escrow in the last week.
So the challenge goes back to what we talked about a little bit last week. Although we had a little bit of a spike, we had a lot of them sell, and so we didn't gain much ground on that.
Right.
Just under 2 months. So we might be at a gross 2 months of inventory.
There-
So it's still very much a
Houses are
seller's market, right?
flying off the handle. They're just going as fast as they come. Every week we want to give you a quick market update. We want to give you this week's top 5. And this week's top 5, we wanted to talk to you special people out there who've ever considered selling your house on your own. That's always called, what's it called, a FSBO?
FSBO.
What is that? What's a FSBO?
For sale by owner. And, it's a topic that's near and dear to my heart. Just simply because it quantifies my existence as a real estate agent. Why are you using me? So I love talking about this subject matter. And it's a big deal. It's the same reason I don't fix my own plumbing, to be honest with you, or mess with my electrical panel because I don't want to die. There are a lot of reasons to this. And we're just going to talk about what we consider 5 particularly important reasons.
Absolutely.
So I'm going to just cut right into it and talk to you guys about time. And I printed this down. I've broken it down into a couple of bullet points. So for people that aren't agents to go out and sell your home when you are doing your 9 to 5, your regular job, and believe me, this is a full-time job. It takes every minute of my 8-hour day, usually more like 10 or 12, to do what I do. So for you to do the 9 to 5, take the kids to soccer, squeeze in some personal time, cook some dinner, do some shopping, and then you're going to market your house. You're going to do open houses. You're going to answer phone calls from people that are inquiring about your house. And believe me, those are tons of fun to answer questions for people that don't ever show up. Do showings. Find out, do some research on it. Find out how to pre-qualify clients and make sure they're the ones you should even be talking to or accepting an offer from them in the first place. And again, handling the many inquiries on that.
Right.
There's a ton of stuff to do. So I think time is a huge consideration. And it's like my gardener, okay? what he charges me, and don't tell him this, it's not enough. Because I can't and don't, especially in the summer heat, want to go out and do that stuff on that time.
Absolutely, absolutely. All right, hey, so that's number 5. Number 4, Mark mentioned it in part of the time thing, but marketing. Like, unless you actually are a marketing expert in your 9-to-5 job, do you know what it actually takes to get your house promoted and to attract the amount of buyers you're going to want to have to sell your house properly? And the answer is probably no. I mean, even the tech savviest, super smart people out there that market their homes for sale by themselves, they're only accomplishing maybe 2 or 3 of the things that we actually do on behalf of our sellers.
Right.
And now, people are successful selling their houses on their own all the time. And it's definitely an option, and it might be the right option for certain people. But for the most part, it's a huge risk, and you're not going to have what it takes to do it the right way. And so that's where we come in, and we are marketing experts, and that's what we live and breathe for. We love it.
And honestly, if you're on the fence about it and you're not quite sure, then the answer is probably you should have a real estate agent. But you are welcome to call us, and I'll be honest, I'll probably try and talk you into listing, because I do truly believe that it's in your best interest to do that for all the reasons that we're talking about right now.
Yep.
But marketing, when you do it right, which is what we do, and it's kind of our specialty, it creates negotiations. Okay, and negotiations, that's where it's at. But if you, as a for sale by owner, if you're out there doing it on your own, chances are real estate agents aren't bringing in buyers to you because we don't know that you're going to offer us a commission to do that work. So if you do it, knowing that you should be talking about cooperating with an agent is an important factor. But even then, we're not going to be very keen on doing it. And I'm just talking from a very realistic standpoint.
Nobody works for free.
Well, they don't.
Right.
And then if they come in, they have to convince you why you should be paying them a commission. Then at the end of the day, to make sure the transaction's done correctly, they end up doing both sides of the work for the price of one side. So, they represent you, end up ultimately representing you as a listing agent, because that paperwork has to be done on both sides and it has to be done correctly. So that's a huge deal. So you're only negotiating with one person, whereas we're going to go out and we're going to create, and we talked about last week, we're going to create that frenzy.
Yep.
We're going to have the open houses. We're going to have all the people come in. We're going to hold back the offers and tell them they can only come in at a certain time, and it's going to make them come in and put their best foot forward and fight for the deal.
All right, and number 2, let's talk a little bit about risk, right?
Wow.
Talk about risk. There are a lot of things that are risky when you're selling your house. The 2 I want to talk about right now are legal risk and physical risk. Now, regarding physical risk, when you open up your house to bring in people to look at it that want to buy it, do you really know if they're qualified when they call you on the phone and say, "Hey, I saw your sign, I'd like to come see your house," and you say, "Okay, come on in"? Are they pre-qualified? Are they already spoken to a lender? Are they legitimately even a buyer? We've heard lots and lots of horror stories out there, and I don't want to scare you, but it's a reality. People are out there doing all kinds of nefarious things. Look, if they can figure out a way to break into your house and scope it out, and they see all your valuables, that's a risk, and that's what people do. So when you have a real estate agent, we put an electronic key box on the house that tracks activity that only agents have access to. Agents only are bringing buyers, and those agents have pre-screened and qualified these potential buyers. And the agents are licensed and bonded and insured, so that anytime somebody enters your home, you can rest assured that your house is safe and protected. We're always going to lock up after we leave.
Yeah.
Right? And now let's talk about the legal risk. I have here in my hands just a simple example of a file, a transaction file that we've done. And this is kind of a standard cut and dry case, standard file, but you've got 100, 150 pages of documentation here that we accumulate throughout the process of
Look
the
at
file.
the size of that thing. What is in that?
Well, you've got the offer, you've got the listing agreement, you've got the myriad disclosures, you've got the pest inspection, the appraisal report, you've got, I mean, and on and on and on and on it goes.
Is it important to know how to read those documents? Because there's a lot of legalese in there.
There's lots of legalese in there. And just so you know, most homeowners don't have access to our legal files and the proper paperwork, the knowledge it takes, all the things that we go into in terms of protecting you as a seller and protecting the buyer and bringing all the parties together through the escrow process and so on and so forth. So having the legal protection of these proper documents and somebody who knows how to navigate through all the nuances is super important.
Yeah, I agree wholeheartedly.
And last but not least, number one is
pricing. Pricing. It's important.
Leave the singing to me.
All
Okay?
right. I tried. I want to feel like I hold my own.
But pricing your house, like, are you an appraiser? I may not be an appraiser anymore, but I used to be one. And he
pricing.
He played one on TV.
Yes, Miss Moneypenny. Don't leave a penny. That was
that was pretty good.
That was out of nowhere.
All right.
Yeah,
I'm all impromptu.
Since I couldn't sing, I could do a kind of a Baney Sean Connery.
Yeah.
So pricing's such a big deal. It's something I take a lot of pride in. I've got 20 plus years in the mortgage side of this business. So reading appraisals on a regular basis, sometimes challenging and combating these appraisals to amend and get a proper valuation, is something I know how to do. It helps me make sure that my client, my listing client, is pricing their home appropriately to achieve the most activity possible, get the best price they can, and by the way, make sure the deal goes through. Why is that even important?
Closing the deal?
Yeah, I mean, how does the pricing relate to closing the deal?
Well, you know what? Look, if it's not priced right, it's either going to sit on the market or you're going to lose money. Pricing it just right is so important for you as a seller that, knowing all the information, the access we have is super critical. And
I'm going to just go 97, 98% of our marketplace are buyers that are relying on a loan financing to make that happen. And that loan relies very heavily on the appraised value. Yeah. So if the appraisal doesn't happen, the loan doesn't happen, and then the deal doesn't happen.
Exactly.
So if you want to make sure your deal is closing and you're selling your house to a qualified buyer, you need to know how the appraisal process works.
Yep.
And ultimately pricing your home appropriately at the beginning.
Absolutely. Hey, so that's our top 5 of things you need to know if you're going to for sale by owner. We highly recommend you contact us to help you out with that, however. And like we said, the market is hot right now. You've got equity in your home, more than likely, and so it's perfect time right now. It's a perfect storm to buy and sell while the interest rates are still low. Call us. You can reach out to us by phone or by email anytime. Before we go, however, we do want to take a couple moments just to kind of just some thanks out there for some of the things we've been able to accomplish this last week.
Shout outs.
Absolutely,
right?
Some shout outs. So I got a couple people I want to shout out to real quick. Dr. Ken, I really appreciate your confidence in me to help you to find your perfect home. We got him in the escrow, super excited about that. And we also closed a home a week or so ago with Mr. Marco. He's the man, and we're really super excited. He's a first-time home buyer. Nothing better than hand the keys to somebody with a first home.
Busy couple weeks to be sure. I have some first-time home buyers, Kenneth and Gabriella, and I'm really super excited for them to get in their first home. Then Cassandra and Darren, they also closed escrow, getting into their first home, which is so exciting.
I know.
And then we've got my friend Mark, who just successfully got into escrow the other day. So 30 days from now, we should be helping him move in.
Absolutely.
So thank you guys, and again, reach out, give us a call.
Absolutely. Hey, listen, if you like our videos and you're catching us on YouTube, just hit the subscribe button at the bottom. We'd love to get more subscribers. And like and share. And of course, as always, keep it real and have an awesome week.
All the best. Talk to you soon.
Bye-bye.
Got this feeling in my body.